to 28 to 32. So in that range, if people miss this point of their life, they might have their adventure later in life. So people that have kids at 18 and then say that their kids grow old, they're 36, 40, they might turn into the princess or the prince because they haven't had that letting go, and they're going to do it at an older age, and they're going to go on their adventures. You see a lot of this with people from the Great Depression. They worked right when they're 18. They retired with a big pension. Now they're going on their adventures because they're older. So they're really doing the prince, princess phase later in life. They were king and queen earlier. And these are all archetypes that we're playing with them. And it's really, really fun. So when you're in the prince, princess stage, one, let yourself be in it. You need to. It's a rite of passage. If you don't go on your adventures and you don't be a little whimsical and you don't go out there and play, a bard would be something like this, someone that plays music and travels, this is very that energy. And it's necessary, especially in the awakening process. So going through this phase of traveling, being a little spoiled, getting taken care of, staying at other people's places, traveling around is very, very important for the unfolding of your being, because it gives you a lot of experience and helps you find out who you are. And a lot of people don't do this. And when you don't do this early in your age, you have a midlife crisis. So these are the people at midlife crisis because they didn't have a prince or princess stage of just adventure, whimsical. And this could be jester, fool, again, you can all put it together, but you need this stage of life. And people do with their children when they're younger kids, they travel with them. Many ways to do this. But it's so important because then when you're grounded, you'll be grounded because in a way you went on your adventure, so you're okay with staying still. If you don't go on the adventure, it's going to be like nicking at you. Like, and you're going to be like, I wish I could do more. So in these points, if you feel this in you, for me, I'm in the middle, prince, fool, king. I feel it's ending, but I'm still like in that. So I go travel. And it doesn't mean you're not going to travel as a king. And when you get to that stage, you're just going to probably travel differently. It's not going to be as adventurous. It's going to be a purpose and come back. Again, archetypes, not 100%. You can be on tour as a king. Very common, the king would be on tour. But the prince would just go for the reasons of going, right? More on this war or finding itself path, not knowing what it wants. And I want to say, especially if you're in this program, you're probably in this phase a little bit because tend to get people that are more whimsical, traveling, because I was like that and there. And still am in some ways, but really getting more settled. I can feel myself grounding more into myself. And I know that if I didn't go on these phases, if I didn't travel in my car and live in it and travel around, I wouldn't have learned things. Now, if I travel around, I know how to do it. It's like I'm going to do it like a king. Like I would still go travel in my car, but I would have it set up where it would be easy. And I would have enough savings, right? This is knowing yourself and being grounded. When you're the prince, you got to go out there and mess up. It's the mistake phase. It's the go crazy, and princess too. And that's why I want you to embrace it, because the more mistakes you go and make, the faster you grow. And this is why I don't believe in mistakes or failure, because they're important. Like you got to do dumb stuff to learn about yourself. You got to just go in and fall over, right? Prince, princess does this. They make mistakes and they come back and get counsel from a king or queen afterwards. And that's so important. And to take that counsel in, but at the same time, go make your own mistakes, get out there in the world, really experience. You can't, people are looking for their purpose and they go inward. And I think that's super important. But to find out what you really desire, you have to go out there. You have to get in the dirt to find the gold, right? You can't find gold by not going and panning. If you just sit around and be like, where's the gold? You got to go out there and find it. And that's the prince. It's like the gold rush stage. It's the going cross country, the Oregon Trail. Like this is all that energy, and it's really fun. And it's really risk taking. It's kind of putting all your bets in, right? The king gets a little like age 30, 40, like maybe 35, 45. Like it's not going to put all its bets in. Like but they're not in that stage of life. But this stage is super important. Again, it can happen when you're 50, 60. It can happen through a divorce. Very commonly, you see people that married early on in their life, they go into this prince stage. I've seen people like that are 45, and now they want the nice things, and they get the women that are younger. It's very prince-like, right? Perfectly fine. to go through those stages. So if you're in this stage, embrace it. Don't think it's wrong or off or anything like that. Like, it's exactly where you're supposed to be. If you don't think it's where you're supposed to be, that's okay too. Nothing wrong with that, but it's perfect. So embrace the stage, and I'll see you in the next video.